Hi, my name is Sid Bolton and I'm the founder and curator of the Personal Computer Museum, which is Canada's only interactive computer museum. Now, I've been playing video games for well over 30 years now. I've lost countless rounds of Pong to my friends, and of course I've also lost all kinds of quarters to pixelated classics like Pac-Man and many others. But when I think back to my childhood, there's one thing in particular that I remember about the arcade that just completely stands out in my mind, and that's the animation of Don Bluth. Now, you might remember Don Bluth from classic films like The Land Before Time and maybe The Secret of NIMH, which was also one of my favorite books from my childhood. But there were two video games in particular that he was involved in that were just amazing to me and maybe to you as well. The first was called Dragon's Lair. And of course, in Dragon's Lair, you played Dirk the Daring, who was a valiant knight on the quest to rescue the princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. It was pretty scary back in those days when I was 12, but it was a lot of fun. And then, not long after that, that was in 1983, in 1984, Bluth and his team released another game, a follow-up called Space Ace. And Space Ace had completely new characters, completely new gameplay, and of course it was pretty much the same game in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways it wasn't. Had that same animation, and it was something that I really loved. Now you might be wondering what all this nostalgia is really about. If you're like me, you've probably bought Space Ace and Dragon's Lair countless times over the years. Like, you can't even believe how many different formats this game has been on. Like, it's dozens and dozens and dozens. But there's actually one that's missing. That's right. Space Ace has never been available on HD DVD until now. That's right, the game was actually finished back in 2007 and early 2008, but because HD DVD was declared a dead format, Digital Leisure decided not to release the game. And so what we've done is obtain the rights from Dragon's Lair LLC, and we're going to bring you the official HD DVD version of the game so that you can pick it up and add it to your collection. You might also want to play it. It's fully playable on the Xbox 360 if you've got one of those HD DVD players, and I know a lot of you bought those, or if you happen to still have a working HD DVD player, a standalone unit like I do, then you'll also be able to play the game that way. It's fantastic. The video on this is amazing. This is meticulously restored footage from the film. This is not video from the Laserdisc. This is actually from the original film that the video game was shot on, and the quality is incredible. And in fact, there's even some features in here. You may not know this, but HD DVD required that every single player out there had Ethernet. And so because of that, Digital Leisure actually added network play into the game. Now, the servers aren't online, of course, but maybe one day, it's still in the game, we'll be able to do that. So here's what you're going to get if you support this campaign. You're going to get a copy of Space Ace in its HD DVD format, and you'll get it in a case with a nice, beautifully, professionally printed sleeve, a booklet, and it's going to be serialized. That's right, you're going to be able to buy one of a limited 250 copies. That's it, that's all we're making. And it doesn't really matter whether or not you want to actually play the game, because if you're a collector like me, maybe you just want to hang on to it and add it to your existing collection. Either way, by buying this particular game, you'll be supporting the Personal Computer Museum and our efforts to basically continue doing what we're doing in educating the public on exactly what old computers and video games are all about. At the same time, you're going to get one heck of an awesome game, whether you play it or not. The nostalgia is there. If you're like me, this is going to take you all the way back into the 80s arcade, and it's just an amazing piece of video game history. So check it out. This is a great campaign. Please help us by spreading the word, and we need the funds to actually get this manufactured and out to you. The risk is very low because guess what? The game is already finished. So all we have to do is put it together, manufacture it, and ship it to you. So you can actually make video game history. Be valiant, Space Warrior. The fate of Earth is in your hands.